Hi, good morning guys. Once again, it's a morning rush. I'm on Wayakwe on my way to Juja. This is near ABC place. Because of this construction of the expressway, this road is becoming hectic. Like right now, just near the Deloitte place. That's where we had a detour. Even the vehicles are taking or they are using the opposite lane. They are trying to escape from this traffic jam. Now, one thing that you understand, driving on the road versus how you are trained in driving school, especially in Kenya, and I think in most of the nation I've visited, is that although in driving school the rules are so clear, but when you come to the road, I don't know whether it's because we didn't attend the same driving school, people drive differently. So for example, in traffic jam, if you want to keep your safe distance, but if you do that where we have traffic jam, these public transport vehicles, the so-called matatus, they'll keep cutting you in. So you have to, you are forced to really drive very close to the driver ahead of you. And again, when you get a chance to accelerate, you have to really step on that gas pedal. Now, something that you may have thought does not help you or is not very crucial in such circumstances is the braking system. The braking system, the brake helped me or assist me to come as close as possible to that vehicle, because I'm okay that with good brakes I can be able to control or to stop. And again, when I get a chance to accelerate, I can go to a higher speed because I know I have adequate brakes. So that gives me a lesson for this morning, or a wisdom nugget. There are things in our life that we may think they are slowing us down, but in essence, that braking factor is the one that gives you a chance to accelerate. If this vehicle, I know, for example, how my braking system are. If I know they are not quite okay, I cannot even hit that 50 kilometers per hour dial on the speedometer. But now, because I know that my brakes are okay, I've been to the service, so I have the confidence to step on the accelerator, and I have the confidence even to come as close as possible to avoid being undercut. Remember, not that this is, I'm not advising you to drive like that, but I'm just giving you real life experience based on how it is here. Because I have tried it in days past. You try to drive comfortably, you keep that safe distance, but in traffic jams, I'm telling you, my friend, you find yourself being cut in or the vehicle overtaking you, and you not have a very smooth driving experience. So what I'm saying is that there is a braking factor that helps us to accelerate. Because of the good braking that I know my vehicle has at the moment, I'm able to risk driving close to the vehicle in front. I go an extra mile to accelerate, go to higher speed than what I would do if I knew the braking systems are not okay. What I'm saying is that there are things in life that help you accelerate, achieve even more. When I was a young man, and my life as a young man during and after campus was a reckless kind of life. So during that life, I didn't have the braking factor, especially when it comes to spending my money. I didn't have that braking factor, that voice, that circumstance or situations that really helps me to slow down or to question where I'm doing the expenditures that I'm doing. So you could find that you're being paid today on Friday, that month is a payday. Then after, let's say, 2 weeks, you are broke because you went on a rave, you spent money on your friends, not even on you by yourself. I couldn't have finished that amount of money. But when I got married, so now you see, I'm not alone. Of course, before I got married, there are other things that happened, coming to know Christ and so on and so forth. But I want to give you just one example of having a braking factor. My wife is those kind of people. Before she spends a coin, she has to question, where is it going into? So sometimes I even want to do some investments. I want to buy hype thing, you want to buy stocks because they are the one on hype. But then she gives me some retro wisdom nugget. The ABC happens, she's a specialist in finance. For me, I'm in construction, so I know concrete and steel. So some of these, I want to do some stuff. There are other times that I have neglected her wisdom. I see she's slowing down, she's trying to tell me, don't do this, don't invest in this. But again, I do it, but you come with your face down, because later on, you come to find like you have lost some money or you have lost a lot of time. But in the areas that I have listened to her, especially in areas investing our money, I have found that we have been able to achieve much. In the 5 years that we have been together, I've been able to amass a significant amount of progress in my life. So look at that thing in your life. The other thing, that's a positive braking factor, because having a wife is a very good thing and the best thing that ever happened to me. But there are other things that you might find a braking factor. For example, you go to your workplace, you are told or you realize that promotions do not come. Let me give you another example. In my case, in 2014, there came a circular, because I teach in a university, there came a circular that there will be no longer teaching without having a doctorate degree. So by just that one thing, I realized that the people who will be affected will be those people without much experience. People without about 10 years or 15 years experience in university, even if they have just a master's degree, I realized that they may not be affected much. For me, by that time, by 2015 there, I had about just 5 years in the university. So I knew if that rule was to be implemented, then we'll be the first people to be sacked. So what I did is that immediately after finishing my master's, I just stayed 1 year. Then I started searching for scholarship. Seriously. By seriously, I mean you seriously search for something, like the way you started, you tarmacked, you are looking for the first job. And I ended up getting one in Japan. I went there in Nagoya University, one of the best top 4 in Japan, and one of the 7 national imperial universities. So I studied there, and within 3 years, I was done. I was back to my country. You see, that rule by the Minister for the Cabinet Secretary for Education, it seemed to many as a stumbling block. And even the WASU fraternity itself and the union went ahead and they challenged that thing in court. And there was a reprieve because it was lifted, that requirement. But you see now, in my case, that breaking factor that came to my life helped me to accelerate, to move faster. Maybe if that rule was lifted before I joined, I went for my PhD of my doctorate studies, maybe I would still be having my master's degree. Maybe I would still be in Kenya. I would never have thought, because I had to make a lot of sacrifices. I had to leave my family behind. I have to leave those part-time jobs we do, those small projects of design we do here that gives you extra money. I had to forget about them. I had to just go there and rely on the stipend for the scholarship, although it was a bit comfortable for a living. I had to leave my family for 3 years. My kid was just, my firstborn was born when I was away. So you see, there were all the reasons that could have told me, hey, you man, Naftali, hey, this is not a good thing. But you see, what was meant to be a break up to slow me down, it helped me to accelerate. So think about it. Think about that. Think about the things that are slowing you in your life. What could you do? Could they be the factor that could help you to accelerate? Even if they seem at the present like they are slowing you down, could that be the factor that would help you to accelerate in life? Could that be those new requirements in your workplace be the factor that will help you to move ahead? Think about it. That's a wisdom that I wanted to share with you this morning on the morning rush. I'm still on the Westland Road, still chaotic. Again, another part is closed here, but I know once I get to the highway to be smooth flow. Thank you for your time, guys. This is a channel that I am still under development, and channel that we share life skills, life lessons, spiritual wisdom, and so on and so forth as I experience my life. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe to this channel? Hit that subscribe button. You could, if you want to be receiving a notification when I post a video, you could click that notification button. Let's continue learning together. Stay tuned. God bless you. Bye for now. Cheers.